Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is June 9th, 2026. Let's see, just a reminder, we're reading from this McChain's, see if I can get the calendar for daily readings. And you can get this online, lots of places. It might be in the back of your Bible. It's public domain. That's probably why it's in a lot of Bibles now. And it gives us 4 readings to do. 2 are family readings, 2 are secret readings. What's a family reading? Well, you would read it together with your family is the idea. Secret readings you would do by yourself, and you could do them in the morning or the afternoon or divide them up. So we're doing the family readings, and today we actually have a lot of reading to do. It says we're going to do Deuteronomy 13 and 14, and we're going to do Psalm 99, 100, and 101. All right. So let's get over to Deuteronomy 13. Deuteronomy 13, punishment of apostates. So again, Moses is preparing this generation, which was the second generation that came out of Egypt. The first generation, the adults have died. The children are now part of the second generation, and their children is what I'm calling the second generation. And they're being prepared to go into the promised land. And they're getting a little more instruction here on what to do in the promised land that their fathers didn't need because they never made it there. And I'm going to talk about apostates, people trying to lead them astray, lead them away from God, and what their punishment should be. In 14, we're going to see improper mourning, and we're going to talk about clean and unclean meat, and some tithing. We'll finish this off. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Deuteronomy 13 and 14. If there arises among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and he gives you a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder comes to pass, of which he spoke to you, saying, let us go after other gods which you have not known, and let us serve them, you shall not listen to the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams. For the Lord your God is testing you to know whether you love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. You shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him, and keep his commandments and obey his voice. You shall serve him and hold fast to him. But that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken in order to turn you away from the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you from the house of bondage, to entice you from the way in which the Lord your God commanded you to walk. So you shall put away the evil from your midst. So 2 kinds of prophets, false prophets. False prophet says, God told me, and then nothing happens, nothing comes true. Clearly, he's just lying and making it up and putting words in God's mouth. That's a false prophet. We avoid them. And this is another kind of prophet. He's actually getting things right, but then he's telling us, well, you can throw this away. You don't need to follow this. So there's 2 measures of a prophet. Does what they say come to pass? If the answer is no, he's a false prophet. Does it come to pass? And does it match his word? If it doesn't, that's a false prophet, and we want to avoid them. God's prophets confirm the Bible. Pick it back up in 6. If your brother, the son of your mother, your son or your daughter, the wife of your bosom or your friend, who is your own soul, secretly entices you, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which you have not known, neither you nor your fathers, of the gods of the people which are all around you, near to you or far off from you, from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth, you shall not consent to him or listen to him, nor shall your eyes pity him, nor shall you spare him or conceal him, but you shall surely kill him. Your hand shall be first against him to put him to death, and afterward the hand of all the people. And you shall stone him with stones until he dies, because he sought to entice you away from the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. So all Israel shall hear and fear, and not again do such wickedness as this among you. So just false prophets we want to avoid, and they were marked for death. Your relatives who are trying to lead you astray, here they would be marked for death. I mean, if they're trying to lead you astray, they're not good for you. Mark them and avoid them. I wouldn't kill them unless you got good lawyers. Probably not even then either. Okay, let's go to verse 12. If you hear someone in one of your cities, which the Lord your God gives you to dwell in, saying, corrupt men have gone out from among you and enticed the inhabitants of their city, saying, let us go and serve other gods which you have not known, then you shall inquire, search out, and ask diligently. And if it is indeed true and certain that such an abomination was committed against you, you shall surely strike the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, utterly destroying it, all that is in it, and its livestock with the edge of the sword, and you shall gather all its plunder into the middle of the street, and completely burn with fire the city and all its plunder. For the Lord your God, it shall be a heap forever, it shall not be built again. So none of the accursed things shall remain in your hand, that the Lord may turn from the fierceness of his anger and show you mercy, have compassion on you, and multiply you, just as he swore to your fathers, because you have listened to the voice of the Lord your God, to keep all his commandments, which I command you today, to do what is right in the eyes of the Lord your God. So the third one is a city, a community that leads us astray, social media that leads us astray, movies, and avoid them, destroy them, get rid of them, put them out of your life. Paul tells us that, hey, you know what, everything is sinful for, or excuse me, that we can partake of anything, but not everything is good for us. If it's not good for you, is this helping me grow in my walk with God? Is this helping me see my fellow man as my neighbor? The answer is no, then get rid of it. Verse 14, or excuse me, chapter 14. You are the children of the Lord your God. You shall not cut yourselves, nor shave the front of your head for the dead. For you are a holy people to the Lord your God, and the Lord has chosen you to be a people for himself, a special treasure above all the people who are on the face of the earth. So these are mourning rituals that the pagans would do. And God is saying, don't do them. That's not what I want my people to do. Well, if I'm not doing it for a pagan reason, can I still do it? No, God's saying, don't even pretend to be a pagan. Don't do it. That's not what I want my people to do. My people are separate. Verse 3 of chapter 14. You shall not eat any detestable thing. These are the animals which you may eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the deer, the gazelle, the roe deer, the wild goat, the mountain goat, the antelope, and the mountain sheep. And you may eat every animal with cloven hooves, having the hoof split into two parts, and that chews the cud among the animals. Nevertheless, of those that chew the cud or have cloven hooves you shall not eat, such as these: the camel, the hare, and the rock hyrax. For they chew the cud, but do not have cloven hoofs. They are unclean for you. Also the swine is unclean for you, because it is cloven hooves, yet does not chew the cud. You shall not eat their flesh or touch their dead carcasses. These you may eat of all that are in the waters. You may eat all that have fins and scales, and whatever does not have fins and scales you shall not eat. It is unclean for you. All clean birds you may eat, but these you shall not eat: the eagle, the vulture, the buzzard, the red kite, the falcon, and the kite after their kinds. Every raven after its kind, the ostrich, the short-eared owl, the seagull, and the hawk after their kinds, the little owl, and the screech owl, the white owl, the jackdaw, the carrion vulture, the fisher owl, the stork, the heron after its kind, and the hoopoe, and the bat. Also every creeping thing that flies is unclean for you. They shall not be eaten. You may eat all clean birds. You shall not eat anything that dies of itself. You may give it to the alien who is within your gates, that he may eat it, or you may sell it to a foreigner, for you are a holy people to the Lord your God. You shall not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. I guess the idea is table fellowship. You know, when the Jews sit down to eat meals with pagans, pagans are going to offer them foods that are not foods that they're supposed to eat, that have been given to idols and things like that, and that are not clean. That's what we're getting at. Hey, I don't eat that. Now, does that apply to us as Christians? No. We're allowed to eat anything we want, so long as we're not eating food that's given to a idol, pagan idol. And again, this is about separating God's people from the Canaanites that are in the land that they're going into. God wants them to stay separate. Verse 22, you shall truly tithe all the increase of your grain that the field produces year by year, and you shall eat before the Lord your God in the place where he chooses to make his name abide. The tithe of your grain and your new wine and your oil, of the firstborn of your herds and your flocks, that you may learn to fear the Lord your God always. So these are not the offerings that they have to go to Jerusalem to make. These are ones that they can make where they are. And God is saying, if you need to well, actually, let me go backtrack. These are offerings that need to be taken to the temple, but it's inconvenient to take them to the temple, or it's impossible to take them to the temple. And God is giving them an instruction here, that 24, but if the journey is too long for you, that you are not able to carry the tithe, or if the place where the Lord your God chooses to put his name is too far from you, when the Lord your God has blessed you, then you shall exchange it for money. Take the money in your hand and go to the place which the Lord your God chooses, and you shall spend that money for whatever your heart desires, for oxen or sheep, for wine or similar drink, for whatever your heart desires, You shall eat there before the Lord your God, and you shall rejoice, you and your household. You shall not forsake the Levite who is within your gates, for he has no part nor inheritance with you. And so they would sell it, take the money, go to Jerusalem, buy whatever they want there, and these are the feasts that they're going to partake of and eat. Buy what they're going to eat there, and have that fellowship meal there in Jerusalem. And we see Jesus throwing out the money changers. So they were taking advantage of these people by the time Jesus comes. 28, at the end of every 3rd year, you shall bring out the tithe of your produce of that year and store it up within your gates. And the Levite, which he has no portion nor inheritance with you, and the stranger and the fatherless and the widow who are within your gates may come and eat and be satisfied, that the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hand which you do. So every 3rd year, instead of taking that tithe to Jerusalem, they take it to their city gate and they give it to the poor and the Levites. All right, let's jump over to Psalm 99. Praise to the Lord for his holiness. So again, we're continuing this string of psalms that we're praising God for his holiness, his strength, his sovereignty, his salvation. Let's go ahead and read Psalm 99. The Lord reigns, let the peoples tremble. He dwells between the cherubim, let the earth be moved. The Lord is great in Zion, and he is high above all the peoples. Let them praise your great and awesome name. He is holy. The king's strength also loves justice. You have established equity. You have executed justice and righteousness in Jacob. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his footstool. He is holy. Moses and Aaron were among his priests, and Samuel was among those who called upon his name. They called upon the Lord, and he answered them. He spoke to them in the cloudy pillar. They kept his testimonies and the ordinance he gave them. You answered them, O Lord our God. You were to them God who forgives, though you took vengeance on their deeds. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy hill, for the Lord our God is holy. Psalm 100, a song of praise for the Lord's faithfulness to his people, a psalm of thanksgiving. So continuing in this vein, make a joyful shout to the Lord, all you lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who has made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful to him and bless his name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generations. Psalm 101, promised faithfulness to the Lord, a psalm of David. So now we're back to a psalm of David and talking about God's faithfulness, which he experienced firsthand. I will sing of mercy and justice. To you, O Lord, I will sing praises. I will behave wisely in a perfect way. Oh, when will you come to me? I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. I will set nothing wicked before my eyes. I hate the work of those who fall away. It shall not cling to me. A perverse heart shall depart from me. I will not know wickedness. Whoever secretly slanders his neighbor, him I will destroy. The one who has a haughty look and a proud heart, him I will not endure. My eyes shall be on the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He who walks in a perfect way, he shall serve me. He who works deceit shall not dwell within my house. He who tells lies shall not continue in my presence. Early I will destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all the evildoers from the city of the Lord. May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.